I listened to your voicemail. Mom, I don't understand. The wedding is today. Why are you not coming all of a sudden?
Don't sound so upset, honey. Your father and I don't feel well today.
What? What do you mean?
A wedding is really stressful for the bride's parents. There's so much to do and so much pressure. We have to greet all of your guests, even the ones we don't really know. And we have to be so careful with our guests. Weddings are so formal. When you really think about it, it's too stressful. We really don't have any other choice than to miss it.
Are you serious? You don't have another choice? I'm your daughter. The least you could do is try to make it through my wedding for me. Today is really important to me. Don't you see that? You really don't think you can try just for me? Please, for your little girl?
My little girl? You're my child, but honestly, honey, you aren't exactly little. You let yourself grow up into such an unattractive young woman. Your sister Elizabeth, she really took care of herself. She's still our cute little girl, even now. You, on the other hand, not so much.
Excuse me?
If Elizabeth was the one getting married today, I think we would feel up to it. She's a model. She would make such a beautiful bride. It would be like a dream to see her in a wedding gown. I know we would feel so proud to give her away in front of all our family and friends. But it isn't Elizabeth's day, is it? It's yours. And you are not going to make a pretty bride, that's for sure. It doesn't really matter how much makeup is slapping you or how tight your girdle is. It won't matter.
Oh, my bad. You're right. How terrible of me to not be as pretty as my sister, the model. But I'm still your daughter as much as she is. I get it. Elizabeth's your favorite. That's fine. But couldn't you at least show a little support for me today of all days?
It doesn't matter. I can force myself to want to be there. It is what it is. If you want to blame someone, blame that ugly face of yours.
What?
I know, we're your parents. But even still, we don't want to have to watch you stuff yourself in a wedding gown. You may be able to hide that unsightly face of yours under a veil for a while, but the groom has to lift it eventually. What's the point of going to your wedding? There's nothing in it for us, and it's just a waste of our time.
If that's really how you feel, then fine. Don't come.
We aren't. Just tell everyone that we weren't well enough to come. That'll satisfy everyone. Oh, and don't worry about sending us any pictures from the ceremony or anything. I'm not interested, so don't waste your time. It'd just be embarrassing to see you in a big white dress.
Enough! I've put up with you being like this my entire life, but everyone has their limits. This is the last straw for me. You only want Elizabeth to be your daughter? Fine by me. From this day forward, consider it done. I'm not your daughter. You aren't my parents.
I won't ever come to your house again. I won't call you again. I won't see you again.
That's fine with me.
We'll be happier with having one gorgeous, successful daughter. Amber, what are we going to do? Elizabeth really won't have anything to do with us. We haven't been able to get in contact with her since her wedding.
I'm not surprised. She's been out of the country for days now.
Huh? Out of the country? I had no idea.
That, and she changed her phone number and usernames for texting. The only person that really knows where she is right now is her manager.
You're lying. She never told me she would be going overseas for work.
I know she told you she would taken a contract for a really big job. She's really amazing, isn't she? I'm really proud to be her sister.
Don't be so full of yourself. There's nothing special about working abroad. I can't believe she would take such a big job and not say anything to her own parents about it. She just left without a word, and she didn't even tell us how to get in contact with her. What a brat! No one with that kind of ungrateful attitude is going to get more famous than she already is. That can end a career. And who does she even think she is? She's not even that pretty. And she's so full of herself, thinking she can just cut us off. I'm the one that brought her into this world. How dare she treat me like a nobody? Who needs a daughter like that? I've practically forgotten her already. Amber, you're our only daughter now.
Oh, no, I'm not. We already talked about this. I'm through with you. Don't act all nice to me all of a sudden. It won't do you any good.
Don't be so gruff, Amber. It's more important to have a clever and faithful daughter than it is to have a pretty one.
What now?
You're leading a decent life. You've gotten married and you've settled down. You even live nearby. You're the best daughter one could hope for. The child we are most proud of is you, our dependable daughter. I don't care what you look like. You're good enough just the way you are. What's important is that you are a good, independent daughter that honors her parents.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm not that good and dependable. Remember, I'm the daughter that does things like get tattoos.
What? And I'm also thinking about transferring to a different shop.
We are planning to move. I'll be taking a job pretty far away, so I won't be around to take care of you or do anything for you.
Wait just a minute. Go back to what you said before. You've got a tattoo? Since when? And I didn't even know you were moving. You've been at the same restaurant for ages. Where are you going? These are big and important decisions. When did you decide?
I decided to leave the restaurant about half a year ago, and the tattoos have been there for a while. I guess I got my first one around the same time Elizabeth started modeling. It was when you first started ignoring me and spending all your time paying attention to Elizabeth.
What are you talking about?
To be honest, I probably got the first one because I felt like I didn't have any real value to you anymore. It was because I was angry. But I liked it so much, so I got a few more. Most of them are on my back or my legs, but I want to get a full sleeve soon.
You have that many?
I guess I can tell you this now since I won't be seeing you again. But I also have a few piercings. I've got my nose done and my eyebrows too. I don't leave them in when I'm at work. It wouldn't do to have them fall out in someone's cake. But I do put them on during my days off.
How did I not know that? And why would you do that to your face? I didn't raise you to put a bunch of metal in your body, even if you aren't as pretty as Elizabeth. There was no need to ruin your body like that. You may not have a good face, but you work really hard to be a chef. You must look like some punk instead of a fancy chef. I never imagined you would do something like that.
Well, think about it. You never had anything nice to say about me. Is it so surprising I'd find ways of expressing myself? You can't pour all of your loathing into your child and then act like a victim when she doesn't grow up to be perfect. Or at least what you think of as perfect.
I don't understand.
From the time we were little, you have always compared me to Elizabeth. You always told me how beautiful she was and how ugly I was. All I could do was try to be a good daughter. That was never enough for you. You were still so mean to me all the time. So I got angry and started getting tattoos and piercings. But then I fell in love with them. They can be really beautiful, you know?
Don't blame me for your poor decisions.
I don't blame you. I made the decision myself, and I'm glad I did. But if you want to know why I originally started, then yeah, it was partly because of you, too.
How can you say that? We were always good parents to you. We don't have anything to do with it.
Are you saying that because you really believe it? Children are a reflection of their parents. You reap what you sow. Keep that in mind if you don't like who your children became. One daughter won't speak to you. The other is moving far away and doesn't want anything to do with you. You did this to yourself.
This isn't a laughing matter. And to think that I thought I would start putting more time and energy into our relationship. It's fine. Don't come around here ever again. I don't want the neighbors to laugh at us when they see you all pierced and tattooed. I won't have it.
I wouldn't come near you if you begged me. I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. I don't want you to come near me ever again, either. Don't even try to be nice to me again. Even if you need something, even if you become desperate, don't call me. If you lose everything, if the house burns down, if you grow so old or ill that you need to be cared for, I don't care. Don't call me.
Are you serious? Even if we are in desperate need of help? Surely we can contact you then.
No, not even then. I've already decided I want nothing to do with you, you fool. The only family I have are my husband and my sister. That's it. This is the last time I'll say it, so listen closely. You are not my family. After that, I sent some pictures of my tattoos to my sister. I wanted to show her my newest one. I'd always hidden them because I knew our parents wouldn't have approved, and I wasn't sure what she would think. She texted back, "Are those real? I can't believe it! So cool! I'm so lucky to have such a good sister, and she always has my back." After I got featured in the magazine, my reputation was solid in the baking world. When I transferred to the new shop, where I'm head pastry chef, by the way, they hung a copy up in the lobby. They were popular before, but the waitlist to get in was weeks long after that. I'm lucky to say I have a really happy life. Every day has its own challenges, of course, but overall things are going really well. My mother, on the other hand, is living her worst nightmare. Everyone knows that both of her daughters have left and refuse to acknowledge her ever again. The rumors going around are pretty wild. Some people even think I didn't even invite her to my wedding. I've heard so many different reasons for the family to break up. Some of them are closer to true than others. Either way, gossip follows my mother everywhere she goes. She's been taken down a peg for once, and has nothing to brag about to anyone. My father is getting his fair share too, though. I hear he doesn't even go out much anymore. I think they're both too embarrassed to spend much time out socializing anymore. They always love the spotlight, but it's hard to be the center of attention when it's for something bad.